Welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today is the 100th episode of this podcast, and I'm very excited about that. I made it this far. Actually, the first episode dropped January 28th, 2019. And for those who have been following this podcast from the first episode till now, you know my first guest on that podcast was my mom. So it made total sense to have my mom come back for the 100th episode. So please welcome to the podcast my mom, Linda Morse.
Hi, everybody. I'm very pleased to be here, and this is really a milestone, 100th podcast, and I'm very proud of Toby for getting that far.
Thank you, Mom. So for people following, they know that we had the listeners submit questions for this episode, and there was supposed to be for me, but there are a couple for my mom, so I think I'm going to ask you just a couple, Mom, in the beginning, then you can ask me the rest.
Okay.
What were your thoughts when you first saw H2O perform? And where was that? I think
CBGB's.
Wow. What year?
No longer there. I can't tell you the year, but it was really early on.
Maybe in early, like 96, maybe 95?
I don't know, but it was early. And you did the song We Are Family. That was the first time I heard it.
Yes.
It was very emotional for me, and it was thrilling. It was thrilling to be there for the first time.
Yeah, because it's first time actually seeing two of your sons playing together, too.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
That's pretty awesome. So that was from Remy. And then, Mom, do you like any other hardcore punk bands at all, or just your son's band, pretty much?
H2O and Offspring.
Okay. So, well, let's get to that. Somebody asked you what your top 5 will be. So, obviously, by default, it's H2O and Offspring. And then what are your other 3? I think we just talked about it.
Yeah, my other 3, well, Eminem.
Yep, we know that.
Jennifer Hudson, John Legend, and I'll add a 6th one, and that's Aerosmith.
Wow. Have you ever seen Aerosmith perform?
No, I wish.
That'd be amazing. I thought you'd see him back then in your time, you know?
No, I was home with you kids.
So that's your top 5.
Yes, it is.
And then, Mom, what was like your first reaction to seeing one of my first tattoos? Like, when did you know I had tattoos?
I think the first time you came home from New York after you went up to New York.
Yeah. That's my first story. I was 18.
To say I was not happy would be an understatement. I hated them.
Yeah. And I remember, and I still have them say, we might have talked about this on the first episode, but I remember my grandma sent me all these heartfelt letters saying, please don't do that. You weren't born this way. God didn't make you that way. You're ruining your body with a tattoo. So if she was here now, she'd probably be like, her head would fly off her body. Yeah. But I think you got used to it after a while, Mom, no?
I got used to it, but I don't know if I'll ever get used to the degree to which you went with it.
Yeah.
But yes, have I gotten used to tattoos? Yes, over the years.
Yeah. I mean, this is a question that I'm sure would take a long answer, but maybe in a nutshell, the question to you is, how was I as a kid? I think we talked about it in the first episode, but for those who didn't hear that,
well, Toby,
hyperactive.
I'd like to talk about that, but that is another whole episode. There is no way of making that a short answer. You were very active. Hyperactive, very busy child. You were like having twins.
Was I on any kind of medication?
No, not as a little kid.
Okay.
But you had a lot of adventures, but I just don't have time for them right now.
What? Because I thought I was on Ritalin or something like that.
When you were in elementary school, yeah.
I was on that
for a while. I don't know if it was really well. There was a meeting they made me go to. They made me put you on it, but you weren't on it that long because I didn't like it.
Was that because I couldn't focus? I was just hyperactive.
Right, you were hyperactive. You wouldn't sit still.
Mom, are there any moments, proud moments of your kids, or was it
any what?
What were some of your proud moments for your children? Do they have any proud moments or?
Many.
Yeah.
Many with all 3 of you. You've made me very proud. I mean, all your accomplishments, Toby, who would have believed the many things that you've done with your life and your career and your PMA. I think what made me really proud was with you was when you went into the schools with the PMA. But I mean, yes, each and every one of you, Todd with his music career, Tracy with his screenwriting and all the stuff that he's done. Yeah. I've been very lucky with my 3 sons to have many proud moments.
Thank you, Mom. I think appreciate that. And then I guess these are some questions. So, Mom, I guess you could skip through some of these and we can just find the ones in here that are for me, because I think you pretty much answered all the ones on this one. There's a couple on here, Mom, for me on this. I want to look at this page.
Well, yeah, I do
want to scroll through those and see what we have in there for me. What do you got for me, Mom?
I like this one. what would you have done if you didn't do music? If music didn't work out for you, what would you have done?
I feel like I would have done something with. My original goal to move to New York was to work in music and do something. It wasn't at all a band. It was maybe work at a record label, management, be behind the scenes. So that's when I started working at Concrete Marketing and Roadrunner Records, working in the mailroom and doing stuff behind the scenes, and then becoming a roadie behind the scenes. Would eventually turned into actual band that wasn't supposed to really be a real band. But yeah, it was something I wanted to support music any way I could. Going to shows in D.C. and Rhode Island, and then going to shows in New York was a dream for me. I had never really been there. I've been there with Uncle Ray when I was younger. Went to New York as a trip, but then watching the CBGB scene and the whole New York movement, I wanted to be a part of it. I was intrigued by it and loved what was coming out of there. So I went out there just really no goals but to support. In my yearbook it says move to New York and support New York hardcore, and that's what I did, and that became starting a band. So yeah, it would have been something in the music business. I just love music too much.
Is that what gave you your confidence to finally go into a band? Was being around the music and all that and watching these other artists?
Mom, you just put that one out there right on your own? 100%. I was inspired by everything that goes into starting a band, behind the scenes of a band, promoting a band, like I did for other bands at the record label, and then also wanting to write shit. I started writing stuff on tour, sick of all the early 90s, just writing my thoughts down and writing, and I was like, I feel like I have something I could say and I could get out of my system and talk about. And I was watching my friends do it, and I was like, I think I could do that. I'm not a trained singer, neither are any of my friends, but that's what you become. I consider myself more of a performer than I am a musician because I don't play any instruments, but I do front a band. I'm more of a front man. Anyway,
did you ever want to play instruments?
I mean, I can play drums a little bit. I can keep a beat. I can play a couple of songs. But yeah, I never was really interested in the guitar and stuff like that. Maybe that's something I should have picked up on this lockdown.
And that was from Nicole.
Awesome. Thank you, Nicole.
One thing you would take a chance, one thing you would chance in your life.
What's that?
Take a chance on doing in your life that you haven't done.
Would I take a chance on my life that I haven't done yet?
Yeah. Something that I think they're meaning something that maybe is a little out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, to do, right?
You know, something that you wouldn't ordinarily do.
Run for city council, maybe do something in my community. Cause
I can see you doing that, Toby.
I love my community. I love I don't know, doing something to help the community might be something I thought about. Not politics, because I'm really not a political person. I don't like that stuff.
But community activist.
Yeah, something about my community.
Well, that's what President Obama was for a couple of years, and you look at the way he ended up.
So before that, right?
Yeah.
Like, not really getting into politics and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, maybe like do something and speak. I don't know. Use my voice, my platforms.
The community needs a lot of help right now, too.
Yeah. I thought about something like that.
That's a good answer.
I mean, there was thoughts before where I thought I could try to be like a music teacher. Not really a music teacher, but like there's people that go and they help talk about the highs and lows of the music industry and the ups and downs and being in the band and careers and stuff like that, and like music education. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, like your PMA lectures, those were very successful.
Thank you. Something like that, like a nonprofit like that.
Yeah, that was a success.
Thank you.
Well, you're getting older. Maybe you'll think about that later.
Yeah, you never know.
Do you ever get tired of taking photos with fans? I think I know the answer.
No, not at all. I mean,
that's tiny. Belgium.
Yeah, I'm super flattered and honored, and it's because of the people that support my band. I'm still in the band for 26 years, and I just like I've done the same thing to people, and I continue to do that in my 50s. Like if I see somebody I love and inspired me, and I love their music, I'll ask them for a photo. I'm not scared. I've done that. Yeah, I think that's the least I could do for somebody who's supported my career this long. I'm very lucky.
The closest you've ever come to breaking straight edge?
Never.
Okay.
Ever.
Strongest temptation? Well, I guess you already
Never.
answered that.
Ever.
That's from Devin.
Thanks, Devin. I've always.
What is PMA and how do I keep it in these dark times?
PMA was started by a writer-author named Napoleon Hill in the 60s. He had a book called Think and Grow Rich and Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. And he was writing about this PMA philosophy. And basically, it's like whatever kind of stuff you put on the atmosphere, it comes back to you tenfold. So it's like what the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And so that was the main thing of Napoleon Hill. And what happened was the band called the Bad Brains, they were inspired by Napoleon Hill as well. And they brought that philosophy into their music, into their song called Attitude. And they were one of the first, they're the first band to ever bring this kind of philosophy into the hardcore scene. And it was the Bad Brains. And from that, it trickled down to many, many people, many, many bands, including myself. And that's where it comes from. And yeah, for these times, I mean, we have to do our best. If we're alive, we're making it through all this together, I've been saying. And I think health is really important. Nobody's talking about during this lockdown that it's super important to go outside and get vitamin D. It's great for your immune system. Eating your vegetables, drinking tons of water, staying hydrated, taking care of yourself, and also listening to music that brings you up. Exercise is really key for getting rid of stress, even if it's taking a walk by yourself. So all that. We're going to make it through this. We've been through dark times before. For one thing I learned in this lockdown is not to stress about things I can't control. I have no control over when I ever be on a stage again. So what I can do is focus in the moment now, focus on my podcast, my family, my health, my garage, anything I can focus on now. I suggest people do that. Just focus on what you can control. It's not good to stress about things that you have no control over. You know what I mean? That's what I'm learning right now in this lockdown, to less stress.
Okay. Here's what I'm interested in. What are the most important factors that have determined the longevity of your band, and how has it helped H2O stick around for all these years?
I would say first and foremost that we love each other and we're still friends. There's a lot of bands I know that don't even hang out when they're off tour. We were seen hanging out in New York City a bunch of times by different friends. You guys hang out together off stage? First of all, my brother was in the band with me, and we're brothers. And then you become brothers. Rusty's like a father figure to me. I know Rusty since I was 13 years old. And we're a family, and we've been through a lot of shit together, the highs and the lows of the music business. And we've always stayed true to our beliefs. What we sing about it and live about it on and off stage. We are the same people we were, and now we're just older with gray hair and have children and have more responsibilities. But as far as the music and the inspiration that we grew up on, it's part of our lives, and I think that resonates with people, and we're an honest band. No pun intended, we have nothing to prove, and we just sing about things that are real to us, and I think that, I don't know, we're lucky that it resonated through other generations, and now there's people that grew up in our band that have children, and now their children are getting into our band. So now our crowds are getting older, but there's also a younger generation coming in. And I just think it's because, I don't know, people just relate to our songs, and we've never been anything else but ourselves and true to ourselves. And I think that, I don't know, we're very lucky because it's 26 years right now we've been in this band doing this. It's wild, man, if you really think about it. 26 years. That's
unbelievable, actually.
Over half my life, and we still get to go play music, and people still care, and they still, I don't know. I feel like it's the camaraderie and the unity of the band. People know we've been almost the same lineup for this many years, only a couple of lineup changes. My brother's always coming back and forth with us because, like you said, the other night, he's it's like the mafia. You can't really leave. But Todd, my brother we wrote so many songs together, and he's such a big part of this band that we're always going to be. We practiced the other night. I'm sure people on my Instagram, we had a band practice, and it was just fun to play those songs. I don't know. We just love each other. It was never about business and money for us. That was the part we hated about this band. It was just about the music. Rusty never even played a guitar until we started in H2O. We just wanted to do something.
I didn't know that.
Do something together, and I never sang before. Just something we want to do together, and I don't know. I don't know. We're very lucky. I just think people can relate to the songs, and we're still here, and I don't know, still the same people. I don't know. I'm very lucky. So thank you all the supporters out there. How was that, Mom? Good?
That was a great one.
Thanks,
was a great
Mom.
one. And there are so many bands, so few bands make it this long. That's why I was interested in the question, because it's very difficult to keep 5 people together like that.
And the crazy thing is, a lot of money ruins bands, and a lot of things ruin bands.
Well, yes, but there's nothing wrong with money.
It's another, yeah, but there's one thing that we've done that we've always done. We've always split everything equally as a band through publishing and all the everything, because everybody contributes something to the band. Maybe they're not the songwriter or the melody writer, but somebody might be loading the van or selling the merch or fixing the van. Everybody has a part that they do. Everybody pulls their weight. And we're a brotherhood, and we didn't sell 1 million records. We weren't on the radio. We weren't have huge hits, but I'll take the longevity and the fans that are still there over any fucking song on the radio, because a lot of that stuff it comes and goes for bands, and when people get really big, a lot of money and a lot of politics get involved, and then the band hate each other and they don't even look at each other till they're on stage, and they have separate planes and separate buses. I love how we still are, that we love each other and appreciate and respect each other, and And none of that stuff was ever an issue for us.
So you're still having fun after all these years.
That's what I'm saying. We still have fun. We still have fun. We look forward to it. We get excited about it. Like Adam was sitting me up. I was like, dude, we got to play. Can we play in your garage? Like, because Adam was sick last year. He even played with us one time in 2020.
How's Adam doing?
Doing great. He's doing wonderful. But he's like just getting there and playing those songs and looking at each other and smiling. These songs are over 25 years old. I don't know. It's something so special, man. Very special.
Yeah, it is. It is. This is a heck of a segue, but this is a question from, I don't know who the person is. This is really a strange segue, but if you could bring 3 people back from the dead to have dinner and a conversation with, who would they be?
Wow. First of all, my dad, number 1. Second of all, Prince. Fucking my dad, Prince. Whew, this is a hard one, man. It's 3. Is it 3 people?
Yes.
Damn, man. I have to start thinking, who's dead? But like,
you've had friends pass too, haven't you?
Yeah, I have friends pass. Mm-hmm. But I've had conversations with those friends. Like, I've never had a conversation with my dad. I've never had a conversation with Prince.
Me neither.
With Prince.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Tupac.
Oh, there you go.
I would have Tupac.
That's a good one.
Because I met Tupac briefly when I was younger, and I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting conversation.
Oh, shit, can I do one more? Biggie Smalls. So that's 4.
We'll put those 2 at the table together. That'd be a whole episode.
My dad, Prince, Biggie, and Tupac.
I wonder what your dad would think of Prince and Tupac and Biggie.
Because there was no Prince before Dad died, and there was no hip hop either.
There was no hip hop either.
Wow,
that'd be quite an interesting conversation.
I'm happy with those answers. Those are good answers.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some easy ones now. Favorite movie? Favorite horror movie? Are you a horror movie buff?
My brother Tracy is a horror movie. Tracy did a movie called Creature. You guys can look up this movie called Creature. That was his movie. No, horror movies.
Favorite frontman?
Man, that's in there too. Wow. Okay, if we're going, woo. I mean, if we're going hardcore or we're going hip hop, I don't know. It's
whatever
just
you
one. One of my favorite frontmans in hardcore, I'm gonna say, is Freddie Madball, a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And what's the next one? You said one before that though, Mom. It was before that. It was
Your favorite horror movie, which you said you.
What about favorite movie in general?
Yeah, what is your favorite?
True Romance is my favorite movie in general.
Oh yeah, I should have known that.
My top 5 would be True Romance.
Both you and your wife.
True Romance, Goodfellas, E.T. E.T.'s in there. Goodfellas, True Romance, E.T. Fuck man, Purple Rain. Hell yeah,
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
8 Mile.
8 Mile. My mom says 8 Mile. And then I would say one more that's in there. Shit, man. This is one of my top favorite movies that I watch with my wife all the time, man. I mean, I love Something Wild, and I love California with Juliette Lewis. California with a K, her and Brad Pitt. That's an incredible, crazy movie.
Okay.
Those be in there, yeah.
Some of those I never heard of, but okay. What's your worst H2O set mishap? What's the worst mishap you had, like when you were on a gig or whatever?
I mean, there's plenty. There's some when you walk on stage, you have this intro going, everybody's all excited. We put our hands in, slap 5, we walk on stage, and then you go to play, none of the shit's plugged in, and it's just like dead, and you had all that build up and excitement. The kids are stoked, and then there's like a dead. I've had that a couple times. Moment. Yeah, I've had shit where somebody hit me in the face at Coney Island High, and then my tooth went through the bottom of my lip.
Yeah, let's talk about those more, because it was pretty wild.
Yeah, I had blood squirting out the bottom of my lip. I've had that. I've been kicked in the face by somebody, and I had a sneaker print on my face.
I'm surprised you weren't hurt more seeing some of those.
Yeah, fall off the crowd into the barricade before.
Why did you do that?
I don't know, just slipped or something. I don't know. There's a bunch of shit. Fucking up the song, forgetting the lyrics.
Oh yeah, but I think
or somebody starting the wrong song. I mean, there's so many things that happen with bands. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Yeah, because it's live.
Yeah, those are some of the main ones I would say is. Okay. Yeah, we're not perfect. That's why punk rock and hardcore is cool. You can just fuck up, and it doesn't really matter.
Are you a surfer?
I just started trying surfing this year, Mom.
Oh, that's why this question. What made you get into surfing? I didn't even know you were.
So I surfed about 7 times this pandemic because my son started surfing.
Have you stood up?
Yeah. I stood up at least 7 times.
Okay.
And so I've been there a bunch of times with my son. I was driving him there, then just waiting for him to watch him. I'm like, I'm going to try this. is you should try it. Then I got a wetsuit and then I started going, and I love it. That's the one thing on this lockdown that I lived by the ocean for 19 years. I don't even go there. So now I appreciate it more. I've been to the ocean more than I've ever been in my entire life on this COVID lockdown. I appreciate
favorite
it.
place.
I love the smell, I love the air, I love
Everything
the vibes.
about
I love it's a getaway from the city, and you go there and it's just like it's life. And I love it. And standing up on the board was one of the most craziest feelings I ever had, because it's not like riding a skateboard where you have
I was going to say, do you think that helped? But you're on a wave.
It's so different because the water's controlling you. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's definitely. I love it. I stood up like 7 times, like I said, and it was fun. I love falling. I love everything about it. But my son Max is like way out there, like getting barreled, doing airs. Like he's incredible now. Like he's a fast learner, and he definitely inspired me to get into the ocean. Yeah, I love it. I was always scared of sharks and all that shit, but I stay in the whitewash. I'm not way in the back where these guys are over their head.
After what we've been through this year, who cares?
Exactly.
Go surf.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, it's definitely
that's good, Toby.
It's opened my eyes to a lot of things. You know.
Oh, I know the answer to this one.
Oh shit! What is it, Mom?
For me, wait. I already answered. Make you proud of your son. For Mrs. Morse, favorite H2O record.
What is it? Favorite H2O record for you?
Yeah.
You're not gonna know the names of the fucking albums.
No, I don't. I'm too old.
But you do like My Friends Look Out for Me.
Yes,
like
and I liked a lot. There were a number of others that I liked too, but don't ask me to mention them now because I can't. We already answered the why you're so proud.
Some other ones
was it surreal being able to perform on Kimmel?
Oh, he meets Conan O'Brien. Yeah, that was a fucking moment. That was 2001. We got to play Memory Lane on Conan O'Brien, and yeah, we're like one of the first
punk rock
New York hardcore band,
right?
New York hardcore band to be on there, like from the scene. And yeah, it was wonderful. It was nerve wracking, but it was super fun. And we made sure we wore all of our friends' band shirts, and we tagged up all of our friends' names on the amps. And my friend John Joseph was in the audience. We invited some. It was wonderful. Will Farrell was there. He was the guest. That was pretty cool. There was like live bears or tigers or some shit in the back that Rusty was trying to touch. It was scary. Yeah, that was a moment. That was a wonderful moment. Like, holy shit. Yeah, that was super nerve-wracking. But yeah, I mean, that's a great memory. That's a highlight of our career for sure.
Now, this goes in a totally different direction again. What are you most afraid of? Not counting COVID, okay? Let's eliminate that.
It's not that I'm afraid of death. It's that I just want to be here forever. And as you get older and you have children, you know this, Mom. Mm-hmm, my son's about to be 18. I'm 50 now. It's like you can, not to be morbid and turn this whole part, but I can see the end.
Right.
Like, I'm 50 now.
So
like
can I.
Yeah, like I'm like over halfway through my life, and it's like I know I want to be able to be here forever, to look over watch my son grow, and everything. I could be here as long as possible for my son and my wife
and grandchildren
and be there looking over them forever. And I hope that whatever happens, that I'll be able to do that in some shape or form. But yeah, I don't like the thought of death. I don't like funerals. I don't like anything about death.
Nobody does.
I know. But some people aren't, like, I'm not afraid if I'm ready to do it. Like, I just have this. When you get older and you have kids, you definitely, life goes by way faster, I think.
Fast.
Than if you're just on your own doing some single shit and you're just out there living your life.
Yep.
And you can, what fucks me up is the timeline. Now I'm 50. I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna live to 100, but will I make it to 80? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe this fucking straight edge lifestyle will pay off.
You're living this vegan, healthy life. Why not?
Maybe we'll pay off. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm not afraid of it. I hate thinking about it, man. I don't know.
You just want to stay forever.
Yeah, I want to try to.
Who doesn't?
I know. I mean, I'm not scared of it. I don't know. I just don't really fucking. I don't know. I can't be young forever. I know. It's all good.
No. But on the other hand, like you said, PMA, if you live, the key is to live every day to the fullest. Mm-hmm. You're taking up surfing now. You're enjoying that with your son. You gotta take those days a day at a time and make the most of them, because the world we're living in right now is terribly uncertain.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're making the most of it. That's all anybody can do, don't you think?
Yeah. How old are you now, Mom?
I'm going to be 75 in June.
You look great. You look wonderful.
I really don't look great, but thank you.
You do look great. I love. Yeah. My mom used to always dye her hair, and now her hair is all gray and looks amazing.
But in my case, it's I want every day I can get. I want every freaking day that I can get. You know.
What is your key? Let me ask you this: What is your key to health and happiness right now? Like what?
Well,
you take care of yourself pretty well.
I've never been a health nut, so I don't think I'm the best person to be speaking to that.
Yeah, I know. But how many years did you smoke cigarettes for?
I smoked for 50 years and then I quit.
How long have you been quit for?
under 10 years, 9 years now.
And do you feel different from that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, I feel different
You
from
think
that.
you think that added more years to your life?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope it did.
I think so. I think it did.
I try to. I go through periods where I eat very healthy, and then I fall off the edge because I love sweets. So, so sweets is my biggest.
I get that from
enemy.
You. I get that from you. I'm a sugar. I'm a sweet.
That's my biggest enemy. I mean, I do good, then I do not so good.
Yeah. Why don't you think you've ever been inspired to become? Have you been inspired to become less meat eating because your whole entire family's vegan?
Well, I would say to you honestly, not because of you guys. I've just become less meat eating anyway myself. I mean, I'm not eating.
You don't think your sons inspired you at all a teeny bit, Mom? We've all been like that for years.
I'm actually sick of you being like that, really, truthfully. I wish we wouldn't get into this.
But now the grandkids are. But now all the grandkids
and that's even worse. And my problem is Thanksgiving's never been the same for me.
It's true. I remember
I miss Thanksgiving.
I know. I remember last year my mom's like, just get me some freaking real ice cream. I wanted real ice cream for the vegan apple pie.
I think some of it is good, and I try a lot of vegan stuff.
Yeah, you've been very open-minded.
Because all of you are
You're
vegan.
outnumbered.
Well, no, just because that's all I can get when I come to your house. But some of it I really like. Some of it's really good. In fact, I bought those burgers. Those
Impossible Burger.
I love those.
Holy shit, Mom! That's awesome.
I cook with those a lot now because they're delicious.
Yeah.
And my daughter-in-law's brownies are to die for, and they're vegan. Okay.
Yeah.
So there are I'm not.
You wouldn't even know the difference for half this shit if they didn't say it was vegan.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of it you would. Some of it has made me gag. Some of it is not, it looks like the real thing, but when you put it in your mouth, it is definitely not the real thing.
Like desserts and shit, you mean?
Macaroni and cheese is my worst.
It's the worst. I'm going to speak.
It's like cardboard.
I'm going to agree on that. I'm going to speak on that.
It looks great. And so, I mean, there are some vegan foods that I don't know why or how you eat them. But anyway... Yes, I eat less meat than I used to. Maybe that has been some influence. But
not knowingly,
But there are things that when Thanksgiving rolls around, I want to go to my brother's. Because I know they're having a nice big turkey with gravy.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy. I wonder,
it's a tradition. It's a lifelong tradition for me. Think about that. For you guys, it's been
since the '80s, since me, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those things I could never do without. In fact, now I've learned to start making my own little turkey thing to bring to the dinner. It just made me feel a little bit better. But overall, my eating habits have changed, and hopefully for the better.
Yeah.
But I admit sugar's one of my biggest issues because I love it. And
you've always been like that.
And real ice cream.
Yeah.
You can't fool me with rice ice cream.
Rice ice cream.
Or soy ice cream.
How about the new
oatmeal ice cream?
Oatmeal ice cream, yeah.
Oatmeal really offends me that you're calling it ice cream. You know what offends me about vegans? The most offensive thing.
Let's get it, Mom.
It is when you have all these different milks, the soy, the rice, the oatmeal. What else? What's the other one?
Almond.
Almond's the other one.
Yeah.
And you have the audacity to call it milk. It's peanut water. It's soy water. It's that stuff we used to dump down the sink off the oatmeal.
Yeah.
That is not milk.
Yeah.
That is not milk.
All right. What should they call it then? Just like
oat water, soy water. Call it what it is.
So that bothers you?
Yeah, because milk... It's almonds you've crushed up and purified.
But now as you're older, do you think that it's really true? Like what you eat really helps your health and all that stuff?
Oh, yes. I've never disagreed with that. I've had some bad eating habits all my life.
Yeah.
I will never deny that.
I know.
Eating better is better.
Yeah.
It's when you take it to the extreme that I have issues with it. But, I mean, yes, of course, if you eat your fruits and vegetables. Well, we were brought up on meat. We were brought up on meat, fruits and vegetables, both. Yeah. And carbs. That was supposed to be the most healthy way to eat. Yeah. Having those 4 items in your diet, not just one.
Yeah.
But now you're down to fruits and vegetables and grains.
And
you're more into grains.
Yeah.
Grains and nuts.
Yeah.
We were never into nuts as like a part of a diet.
What's interesting about you, for me, is that I never had fish. Only time I had fish my entire life
hated fish,
was at
always.
home with you with fish sticks in the microwave or some shit. That's all we ever had,
But
Mom.
you hated
It's
fish.
disgusting.
But I love real fish, and I love seafood.
Yeah.
Real seafood,
Yeah.
I mean. But we never had that at home because we couldn't
And
afford
you had
it.
your famous meatloaf you used to always make.
I still make it. It's still good, too.
Wow. That was the shit.
Yeah.
It was the meatloaf and you made stuffed peppers.
I still make it's hard for me to make them now that I'm alone, but once in a while I do because I love them.
That was your shit, though. Your
Yeah,
stuffed peppers. I remember that in the fucking meatloaf.
Well, a lot of one-dish meals because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of one-dish meals.
Do we eat a lot of leftovers because you had 3 kids,
Yes,
right?
you ate leftovers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And when I'd make something, I'd make sure that we were gonna get 2 meals out of it.
Yeah. Did you take us to McDonald's and shit like that when we were kids? Or no?
You guys went to McDonald's.
Yeah, when you were younger,
and
right?
you loved going to McDonald's with your grandma. You always went with your grandma, and you loved those little Happy Meals.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
And A&W root beer?
Always, we went to A&W a lot.
That was a shit
But
back then.
Happy Meals were a big thing when you guys were growing up, but you loved it.
Yeah. It's crazy how we turned out, man.
Because it had a little toy in it, That was a whole gimmick. Yeah, it is crazy to me how you guys turned up, growing up as you did with the kind of diet you did. It is crazy.
It is crazy. Do you think it would have been...
I think coming to California had something to do with it.
Yeah, but I was like that in New York, though.
You were, but the other 2 weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't.
One more question you missed here. Somebody asked me why I originally left New York. And
that's a good one.
And the reason why we did is because we wanted to have a kid. We wanted to have space. We lived in a 400 square foot apartment on 5th Street, and we couldn't see beyond the buildings. And we've been to California on tour, and my wife had been a bunch of times with like sunshine, no winter, space, all that. And I really did not want to go. I left there kicking and screaming. My wife's like, trust me. And I was really sad leaving New York. But once I got past those buildings and came out here, I was like, holy shit. We own a house. We have space, sunshine, ocean. My son's a total Cali kid. I'm very happy that I listened to her. But that was a hard one because I love New York. New York was my everything, But it worked out. You know what I mean?
And I remember when you got your first apartment out here, you and Moon, that you called me and said, Mom, this apartment, the closet in this apartment is the size of my apartment in New York.
It's true on Detroit Street.
And the apartment was so huge you couldn't believe it.
It's crazy. Just the space and shit like that.
Yeah.
Mom, do you think if Dad was still here that we would turn out different as far as like our diets or our music or anything?
If Dad was still here, none of you would be here. I was thinking about this the other day because of the podcast.
Yeah, great point.
If your dad lived, we would have remained in Taunton the rest of our lives.
Damn.
We would have.
He wouldn't want to leave, right? Yeah, you guys
no.
Damn.
We would have been in Taunton to this day.
Wow.
You wouldn't be doing what you're doing, and neither would your brothers.
Yeah.
So maybe that was destiny. I don't
totally,
I don't want to make light of it.
No.
But if your dad was alive, you would not be sitting where you're sitting now, and you would not be doing what you're doing now.
That's true.
I'm pretty damn sure of it.
Yeah.
And I don't think your brothers would be either.
Well, because we wouldn't have moved to Newport and gotten into punk rock and skateboarding, and that changed everything for us. That was the big one.
You've been living in Taunton, Massachusetts.
Newport changed it all for us as far as opening our eyes to all the surfing, skateboarding, punk rock, all that shit.
So in a way...
But I have a question. Why did we move to Newport? I forgot.
Well, I ended up selling the house because it was too much for me alone, too much to maintain.
Yeah.
And I really, for me and for you guys too, losing your dad, I thought we needed a fresh start.
Yeah.
A fresh place.
Did you have friends in Newport?
I had a couple of friends from going to night school.
Gotcha.
I knew a couple of people.
That's right.
But I just felt, I know I needed it. I just felt we needed to move forward.
Totally. That was a great move, Mom.
And it was a beautiful place, and I still love it to this day.
First Beach, all that shit. Bellevue,
I just love
it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But that's the reason that happened.
Yeah. Do you think you think me not doing drugs and alcohol like my brothers was smart for me because of my personality and hyperactivity as a kid? You think that helped me? You think I'd be a fucking mess?
No, I don't.
You don't think?
I think a little bit of weed would have helped you greatly. And had I known that then, because if years ago when you were younger, you needed some weed.
Why do you think I was the most hyper out of all three? Was I the most hyper out of all three?
I know? Yeah. Oh, definitely. Well, you all had different personalities.
Yeah.
every one of you.
Yeah.
But you were all, you couldn't stop moving. You've gotten a little better as you got older.
Yeah, but I'm still hyper. I still have that energy, Mom.
You have, and I don't know why. It's just your makeup.
Yeah.
Because I was never like that, and your father definitely was. Well, I shouldn't say that. I can be a little intense at times. I think I'm.
Oh, you don't say?
I think I'm a little more edgy than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you think that helped me though? If I was on drugs, it could have been. Who knows?
I didn't say drugs. I said weed.
Yeah.
You would have slowed down, calmed down a little bit.
Yeah.
It would have been nice.
Are you surprised I'm still like that my whole life?
I'm
50
amazed.
years old. Thank you.
I'm actually amazed, and it's a good thing. I mean, I just. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. If it's what makes you happy, if you're happy with it, it's
But are you
fine.
literally surprised I stayed like that my whole entire life, 50 years?
In particularly because of the business you are in. Mm-hmm. Being in the entertainment business, I'm astounded, actually.
Yeah.
And you were never tempted?
No, none of that shit, no. Because
Never.
I saw... Okay, it wasn't a big deal seeing Todd get high and Tracy get high and you yelling at them when we're in the basement and there's weed smoke coming out. You came downstairs. Remember, they used to always watch me. They'd be partying and stuff. That scared me, not in the sense like they're gonna hurt me, but like I don't want to lose my control. I don't want to lose any control of myself.
You need to be in control.
In control, and I saw how it did to them. And it wasn't like I was scared they're gonna die, but I just like that's not for me. You know, and it just wasn't. And the music I was listening to had a message in there saying, "Hey, you don't have to do that to fit in." I was
so
like, cool.
You didn't invent the message; you got the message.
Exactly. Yeah, I got it from a band called Minor Threat. They had a song called Straight Edge, I heard it. I could skate to it. I was like, "Sign me up! This is me."
Well,
I could be punk and listen. Yeah, and it worked. It really worked for me. But yeah, not my brothers.
And that's what makes you a role model to these kids.
Thank you, Mom.
Well, your brothers liked a different lifestyle. But I mean, it didn't stop them from being successful, being good
not at
people,
all.
being good husbands and fathers.
Not at all.
And Todd has always been more laid back, let's say.
Very laid back.
Much more laid back.
He smoked a lot of weed, though, Mom.
But even as a little guy, he was the easiest one out of the three. He was kicked back.
Yeah.
He never really got hyper about anything.
Yeah.
He sort of, he took everything as it came, maybe being the middle child.
Yeah.
You were the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And Tracy was always sensitive, and I still say that about it.
He was like the emo, the Cure, the goth.
He was
guy.
sensitive, more of a sensitive guy.
But he's the one who turned me on to like goth and the dark and the Cure
likes
and
that too.
Like just all that stuff. Susan the Banshees and New Order, all that stuff he was listening to.
Yeah.
He always wore black. The eyeliner, had the Robert Smith hair.
Whole different kid, all of you. And Todd was cool. He was just cool.
He was a surfer, the pretty boy.
Even
Steven.
keel.
I don't know, Mom. He wilded out a little bit in Newport. We talked about him already.
Yeah. Well, we're not talking about his life today. We're talking about yours. That's another whole episode.
But he definitely he had his time though.
Oh, I didn't say he wasn't wild.
Did you feel like you lost more control of us once we got to Newport and started skating and going to the beach and hanging out with different people? Or we started living more? That's when we started living more, maybe.
It's always hard to be a single parent of 3 kids. I don't care who they are. It's hard to be one person raising 3 teenagers.
Yeah, that's true.
But Newport was a place where there was a lot of partying. Yes, it was
a lot of distractions too.
A lot of distractions. So yes, I guess I never thought about it that way, but I guess that did make it harder in one sense.
It made it harder, but also made it. We found like I don't want to say our tribe. Like we found the people we could connect with the music we're into and the culture we're getting involved with.
I guess.
We found that while you're working 3 or 4 jobs to keep food on the table. We found skateboarding and punk rock, which changed our fucking lives.
Right.
It changed our lives for good, for the good, I think,
Yeah. Oh, it did. It did. And there was surfing and there was all at the beach and it was a beach town. And yeah, but there were more distraction and more opportunities to fall off the track? Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially as a teenager.
But also that's what Todd...
Was it hard to rein you in? Yeah.
But that's where my brothers both get into music though too. They found music and guitar playing and
absolutely,
and
yes.
And maybe Tracy even got into movies and shit like that.
He did.
Newport and horror movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you?
Art. He was in art. Very big in art. The art media.
Yeah. Did you think you'd ever be out in California with all of us? It's crazy.
Never. Ever.
It's fucking crazy.
Did I think I'd come from Taunton, Mass. to California?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I mean, I lived a number of other places, but no, did I think I'd find myself out here. But once Tracy moved out here, he was the first. And I got a taste of it coming out to visit him a couple times.
What year was that? 80s he came out here?
Oh, my God. It must have been.
Yeah, he was the first one out here.
He was like 26 maybe, so he was young.
But you've always been a beach person.
I've always been a beach person, and I lived on the beach even when I lived in Westerly.
Mm-hmm.
Did I think I'd come to California? You'd all be in California?
It's fucking crazy,
Who could have seen that?
But
it worked out well.
Yeah, and I want to say it would never happen if, like you said, if Dad was alive, we're still in Taunton. We would never been out here.
It wouldn't have.
And we wouldn't have these careers or nothing like that. It's interesting. It'd be cool to see that, if we could see that somehow, like go back in time and see what happened. It'd have been interesting to see, like,
right,
where we would have ended up, what we've been doing. If we'd been in the military.
I don't know what you would have ended up doing as adults, but I know we would have still been in Taunton to this day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys would have been. Maybe you would have gone off to college. Maybe you would have gone in the military. Maybe you would have gone and worked in a factory. Maybe you would still got into music somehow. Yeah. I can't really picture that in Taunton unless you went. Or maybe you would have said at 20, hey, I'm going to go to New York and give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
All of that's possible, but we'll never have a way of knowing that. But I can tell you that we wouldn't have ended up out here.
Yeah. And
you wouldn't be sitting there, I don't think.
It's crazy how life is, man. How just that one movie made to Newport. I really feel like that was it.
I never thought that you felt that way. I never realized that, but
I mean, we were so young in Taunton. It's like, but I feel
you were very young, and there was so much pain there.
There was, but I feel like there was so many things to get involved with to not move on from the loss of our dad, but get off the pain. We found other friends. We found punk rock, skateboarding.
Right. Well, yes, but that's healing, and it allowed us all to move forward in a new place. In a different setting, yes. Yeah. I know it helped me to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, man.
Because I don't know how long that would have taken me.
Yeah. And now we're in California, man. This is where we're going to be forever. This is like, where else do you want to be?
So it makes you think that destiny played a part in all that.
Mm.
You know, that it was destined to happen.
Yeah.
Like they say, like before you're born, your death is there. It's written. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's written. So
interesting.
Maybe it was destined to happen. Well, obviously it was destined to happen the way it happened.
Yeah.
Because it did.
Totally.
We couldn't see that then. No way of seeing that then when you're in it. But looking back now, I thought about that a lot this week when we were going to do the podcast. Yeah. Because none of us would be here in California, I don't think.
No.
Well, it's possible, but the chances are very small.
Yeah.
And I know I would still be in Taunton. I'd be in Taunton.
It's crazy, man. I've been in
Taunton just like my mother was. Just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. When's the last time you went back to Taunton?
I can't even remember that, to tell you.
When I play Boston, we go back.
When my parents died.
Okay.
When both my parents
died.
Yeah.
When we play Boston, we always go by and see Dad and pay respects.
Yeah, I know you do.
Up over there.
I know you do.
What is some?
Shale does too. He made a trip just to do that.
I know. I saw that. Shout out to cousin Shale.
Yeah.
What is something that you've learned about yourself, Mom, on this lockdown? What does it change for you, your perspective on life or anything?
None of it's been good for me.
Yeah.
For me, it hasn't been good.
But anything you learned about yourself or something that you learned?
Made me more scared of dying.
Yeah.
Because of my age.
Yeah. True.
Made me more worried about my family and something happening to them. The uncertainty of it makes me very anxious.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's coming.
That sucks.
I'm the person who'd rather know. Tell me what it is and we'll deal with it.
Yeah.
But what we're living in now has caused me a lot of anxiety. A lot of anxiety.
And for you, it's a big thing about being separated from your grandchildren, your age, and they're young.
That is so painful.
There's so much shit.
Painful.
I'm sure millions of people are dealing with. But
I identify with them. I know that it's not only me.
Totally.
But it's made me more isolated than I would be. And the uncertainty and every day of something else happening. And none of it's good.
Yeah.
And not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. But now we have the vaccine, so there is hope.
Yeah.
It's been tough. It's been very hard on me, and I think it's aged me a few years this past year. I really do.
Do you try not to watch the news so much anymore, or do you always want to watch the news?
I want to watch it on the days when the governor and the mayor talk, but I don't always have to watch it. But I always want to catch a glimpse of whatever the day is, what has happened.
Yeah.
Like about the vaccine, about that stuff. But no, I mean, there's nothing good on the news.
Yeah.
There's nothing good to... Well, now the vaccine, and then we don't even want to get into politics, so it hasn't been a good year for me. No.
Yeah. Do you go outside and take walks and do shit like that,
I
Mom?
do. Well, when I get in the hot tub. In the summertime, I could go to the pool, get in the hot tub. I take walks sometimes, but some days I'm just really depressed and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't care about doing it.
Yeah. Have you ever been depressed before?
Yeah, when your father died.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, like, I don't know what that feels like to have a title called depression. But I've definitely felt super down.
You don't want to get out of
100%.
bed. You don't feel like doing anything.
I definitely felt that most of my life.
And you think, what the hell? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I've definitely felt like that.
Wait, I can't go to a restaurant. I can't go out anywhere. I can't go meet my friend.
Can't see grandchildren.
See my grandchildren. Yeah. It's like, why? Why get dressed? So, yeah, it's been difficult.
I've definitely been through that on this, too. Like,
it's difficult.
Even though you're healthy.
It's difficult staying on the PMA.
It is on this.
And I tried to think about it.
Yeah.
But I'm living in my world. I'm not living in yours.
But even with a roof over your head and your family and you're healthy and all this,
I'm blessed.
It's still hard not to get beat down by all the shit in the news and the world.
Oh my God, it's so hard.
It's really
not knowing what's coming.
Yeah.
Because after Christmas, how bad is it going to be? I mean, it's hard not to let that get you. It is very hard.
Yeah, you've never been through anything like this your whole life, man. This fucking
ever, and neither. My parents would have, because they would have lived through that Spanish flu of 1917. Because my mother was born in 1913.
Oh shit!
It's a wonder she survived. I mean, millions of people died then. But for me, no. And would I have ever thought to in 2020?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the craziest thing you ever lived through,
I'm still astounded by the whole scenario.
Yeah. They're going to have vaccines for...
They've got vaccines.
It's going to go by age. It's going to go by frontline workers. It's going to go by all this stuff.
Give it to all those people first. Even the people in stores, they're going to give it to the people in stores, the essential workers, as they should.
Yeah.
They can all come before me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because they're in close contact every day with people.
What's the last vaccine you got? Was it measles or mumps or something? It's probably what I got.
Yeah, when you go to school, you have to get mumps, measles, polio, which was a terrible.
So that's the last ones I got back in the day when I was a kid.
Yeah, you got vaccines to go to school.
And that's you, right? That's the last time?
No, I had the flu vaccine this year.
Okay.
And I hadn't done it in 5 years.
Okay.
But because of COVID, I got it.
Did you get sick from it or anything weird happened when you get it?
A little bit. You don't feel too good.
You feel groggy for a couple of days?
Well, you feel kind of achy a little bit.
Okay.
But believe me, it was worth it. And I got the higher dosage because it's a higher dosage for 65 and older.
Okay.
But it's protecting me right now. Okay?
Yeah.
And your kids all had vaccines when they went to school. You have to. There's some vaccines you legally have to have.
Yeah.
Or we'd be having another kind of pandemic.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%.
But yes, the vaccine's here, but so many people are going to lose their lives between now and when we get it. It's just...
Between now and then?
Yeah, because of the holidays and everybody not do what they're supposed to.
Because of, it's fucking very
But as long as we do, Toby, as long as we keep our family in a pod, that's all you can do. Just keep your family in that certain pod. Don't go outside of it.
Yeah.
Don't go beyond it. Or think that, oh, well, that'll be okay. Because it probably won't.
Mask up, space out,
mask up,
wash your hands.
Mask up, yes.
You know, but it's important to get exercise too and go outside and clear your mental too.
We've been going on a hike once a week to Lake Hollywood.
You have?
Well, not a hike because I can't hike. But we have been meeting once a week to go walk around Lake Hollywood, the lake up there. And I enjoy that. It's really nice to do that. Get out and
go outside, right?
Like
Take a nice walk?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the LA River?
It's the LA Lake where our water comes from, right where the Hollywood sign is.
Oh, yeah.
On Barham.
Yeah, so you've been doing that.
Yeah, just the past 3 weeks with Sophia and Tracy and, believe it or not, Todd and Kim and the kids.
Okay.
Because it's outside, you know what I mean?
The space out walk, right?
Yeah.
You have any goals for 2021, Mom?
Let's all get healthy and get on with it. Yeah, I need to move into a cheaper apartment, but I haven't even given that any thought till we get through this period.
Yeah.
I need to move it into a cheaper
Well, right now we're in 2021 because this episode comes out on January 18th. So with this January 18th right now, the 100th episode.
Yeah.
We're in the future right now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Okay, so
hopefully in the future.
It's already in the new year right now. We're already in the new year. Yeah,
and
happy New Year.
The happiest and only happiest thing of 2020 was President Joe Biden. I just have to say it. Sorry, I just have to say it.
That was last year, though. That was last year, yeah.
I just have to say it. He'll be inaugurated in January.
Yeah, so this will be out January 18th, so a couple days from now it's going to happen. Yeah, a couple days from now. Yeah.
New new beginning.
New beginning.
We have to look at the next year as a new beginning, and that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Turn the page, hopefully, on COVID with the vaccine.
Yeah.
At least by June.
Yeah.
And move on, and all of us be able to start our lives again.
Mm-hmm.
And move on with our lives.
Looking forward to play music again. It's going to be awesome. This year it's going to be awesome.
Yep. That's how I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen, but that's how I'm trying to look at it.
Yeah.
That it'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's the future's now,
Yep.
On the first episode, you said this could be our last episode, but I made it to 100 episodes. So thank you for
great.
Thank you for being on my first one, Mom, and giving me the chance to do that.
My pleasure.
That was the beginning of this, and I came a long way in 100 episodes.
And a lot's happened since you had that first episode.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
A lot of different guests and a lot of that was last year. Well, it was the 19th. It's crazy. January 28th.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions for you, Mom, or no?
No.
Moon, come here. We covered everything fast. That was nice, Mom.
How much?
I don't even know how long this is. I don't even know. Let me see. I don't even know how long it is. You have any other questions, Mom?
Yes. So what do you like to cook when you're home?
Great question, Mom. Moon, come here.
No, you.
No, I need her for this one. Come sit on the mic because she just asked a great question. I'm going to have her ask it in 2 seconds.
No, I'm asking you.
I know, but she's going to witness to this shit. Here, get on the mic. We'll do a mic check. Get on the thing. Get your mic. Talk in the mic.
I can't wait.
Come sit down. Get close, girl. So my mom just asked me a question. Ask me the question again, Mom.
What do you like to cook when you're at home?
Me.
Do you want to start a war or a divorce?
I want to know.
Where are the papers?
Talk close, Moon.
He's cooked for me 2 times.
Moon, get close to the mic, girl.
25 fucking years.
I've cooked for you more than fucking...
This is why I'm dying to know this.
Listen, you fuck.
And
I
he
cooked more than you 3 times.
Let her answer.
Yeah, you asked
Talking
me to
to mic,
come
girl.
in here. Bitch.
Go ahead, Moon.
He cooked macaroni and cheese maybe once.
Okay.
Grilled cheese.
Okay.
It was black, and he had to open the back door because the house almost lit on fire.
Great, thanks, babe.
And then you're right, you did cook for me, like when you went to the store and put it on the plastic.
That's not
on
cooking.
the table. That's not cooking.
Well, I heated some stuff up, too.
But Tall said, like 7 years ago, Toby, I'm going to teach you like 3 tricks with 4 different foods you can mix and match, and she'll never know the difference, and it'll be great.
Still waiting?
Yes, that was dead silent for absolutely nothing. Loser.
So, what, am I good at spaghetti, though, if I make that?
No.
But you don't.
No,
Right.
and you
I really
don't.
was a good cook,
So
then.
how do you afford to eat
Did
out
you
all
just
the
say?
time, Toby?
Did you just say you didn't know?
No, I'm saying I'm gonna go on and say that I don't think my brothers can cook either.
You know that's
Oh,
not
but
true.
they can. Tracy's a hell of a cook.
That's not
and
true.
does all the cooking at his house.
Oh,
Well,
He's
maybe
a-
wrong. Maybe married the wrong.
Wait.
what's Tracy's phone number?
I've been there to dinner many times, and vegan cooking, by the
I'm
way.
sure it's vegan. Yeah, I know.
We can
And
call in
Todd,
Max.
And Todd,
I don't think you can cook, man.
he feeds his kids a lot, makes their lunches and stuff, but I don't think he cooks a dinner.
Yeah.
But Tracy has become a hell of a cook.
Okay.
So why don't you go over and maybe he
There's
can give
one
you some
key.
lessons?
There's one key. Try.
If
he tried, I wouldn't be giving him grief.
Right.
I know it's true. She does.
Right.
She's true. And Moon cooks really well. She makes a lot of good things in the house. I love her rice and vegetables. She makes an incredible pasta with
That's
fake
the
meat.
Nana special.
She does the chicken.
Banana special.
Does the vegan chicken noodle soup that Tall taught you to make is incredible.
Yeah, I went to Tall's house. And
Yeah,
he
to
said,
learn.
He said, "Check it out, look," and it was like Oprah or Ellen set up with like
Oh, my
everything
God.
pre-made,
Oh,
like ready to
my
go.
God.
And he's like, "Just a little this, and it's the chicken noodle soup that's at Veggie Grill or wherever else. That's his recipe. It's so easy to make. It's amazing. He could make it."
If you tried it, you might really enjoy cooking.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be therapeutic. and
Cooking
very
is
fun
very
to do,
well. I think that's what
Too
Tracy
late.
finds that
See, she's saying it's too late.
Wait,
Too late.
it's
Snooze, you
not
lose.
too late.
It's too
Nope.
late.
Very relaxing. Very relaxing to be chopping and cutting
It's too late
up
to
and
start
doing-
cooking at 25 years into the marriage.
So what?
For our marriage, it's too late. You can start cooking and enjoy yourself.
You want to eat it? Everyone try it.
Oh no, I'm leaving.
You don't want to try my food, babe?
Nope.
What would you like to see me make in a perfect world? For real?
Is this COVID free?
Yeah, I got new fucking mic covers on it,
I
man.
have some of that too.
Okay.
What the fuck? Moon, what would you like me to make if I made something? Honestly, like, what would you be impressed by?
Tracy makes a
Food?
delicious fake. Well, he calls it fish and chip, but it's eggplant.
I hate eggplant.
Wait, you would love this.
Okay.
You remember how the fish and chips we used to get at the corner store? He makes he makes a beer batter for eggplant. You know, like the regular batter you use for fish.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's delicious. It's
almost, really good.
It's almost like fish and chips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then some and then some French fries.
Did you ask this question?
No.
Oh,
No,
it was on the
No.
questions.
She asked the question. She just randomly
I
asked
asked
the question.
the question.
Moon, what would you like to see me make if I made something though?
Anything. I'm not joking.
All right.
Just try anything.
Okay.
You can bring in Max. One of the arguments, like, just try cooking something.
Bring your brother over one night. Let him show you how to make vegan fish and chips.
Yeah.
Talk loud, Max.
And she will be
impressed. Talking to
Mike.
Mike. Max said talking to Mike.
Talking to Mike.
Talking to Mike,
Okay,
Max.
I got to tell you something.
He can come here.
Talk on the mic, though.
They
Moon.
called me in here, and Grandma Guitar came up with a question. You know what it was? What do you cook?
What do you like to cook at home?
dad?
Yeah.
He doesn't cook anything.
Dun dun dun.
Max, can I say something?
He once tried
No.
cooking like soup and he burned the house down.
Okay, so is there any kind of let me say this then. Okay, there's a lot of balls being broken in this house, and mainly they're mine. So,
But why? Why?
Everyone go drink liquid death.
Max, just listen. My question is that even when I make an effort, you guys just break me down and destroy me.
25
and my
years,
attempts
less than 5 times. That's not an effort.
I know, but every time I have an attempt.
I never knew anyone could make peas al dente and hard.
Hang on a second. Talking to Mike. Who does that?
Al dente.
Who does that?
You.
I fucking make the besties. You make those shits over soft. Hang on a second, Max. Max, come.
Peas al dente.
Max, come check. Is there anything I made that was good to cook? Anything I made that you loved?
Be honest, Max.
What did I
be
make
honest.
ever? Yeah, Max.
Your smoothies are pretty good.
Thank you.
Not bad.
What else?
I mean, that's really soup.
Remember we bought those to-go kits from Crossroads, and we made Thanksgiving dinner, and I cooked it in the oven.
You burnt the pancakes. I have to admit, I'm not the best cook unless it's like
Yeah, but
breakfast
Max,
foods.
I taught you to make a couple of recipes, and you made them very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good. But I remember that food we made, and it was like horrendous. Like we tried, it took us an hour to make a couple of things, and we burnt the.
You guys locked me out.
Yeah, we locked you out.
Wait. It sounds like they tried, though, Moon.
We did try.
did
There
try,
was smoke all in the entire kitchen.
So what? They
Well,
said
they
try on
tried.
the lockdown, dude. Take it.
You're right.
I don't get no A for effort, man.
I just gave you an A that you and
Thank you.
Max.
But I'm just
tried.
saying, I did try there, and when every time I try, it's like I Love Lucy, like burn the house down type of skit, and then they like fucking laugh at me.
Why are you burning the house
Because
down?
I can't. I got to focus on because I need a Ritalin when I was a kid, Mom.
I was no.
You
need
were never
weed.
on Ritalin.
She says it was maybe for a second.
Yeah. Hey, you need weed
Fuck
when
that.
you're cooking.
No,
Ah,
man.
you need weed.
Because calm.
No,
Pay
man. Fucking
attention.
straight is for life. I ain't doing that shit.
The problem is with you, Toby, is just what you said.
I'm
and
spazzed
you're
out.
right.
I know, it's too many things.
With all those things, you're all different places. You're distracted. You can't focus on the meal, what it is you're doing.
He can focus on the Instagram post.
Oh, yes.
All right, respect. That's promoting the brand. Yes, I respect that. You have a question for me, though, Moon? While we're here on 100th episode?
No, thank you.
Who's the number one podcaster in the house?
No more further questions.
Who's the number one podcaster in the house?
You
Do
are.
you think I make it this far, though, 100 episodes,
Yeah.
Mama? It's
Yeah,
pretty
of
good.
course.
All right, thank you, babe.
Of course.
When we first started talking about doing the podcast, and here we are doing it now. And do you have any questions for me, Max? Or you, Moon, or anything, or no?
No, I mostly know everything about you.
What is something the listeners might not know about me that you guys know?
That is a good
That's
question.
a good one, yeah.
That's a good question, really. What do you think people would like to know about him?
We talk about the sweater I wear every day that's really atrocious, or no, that's not good.
That you stole from my boss?
Yeah, thanks, D-Bear. I wear your sweater with the hood on it every day. It's like
I wasn't exactly going
It's like
there,
it's like
but-
an old man sweater.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
super
yeah.
nice and comfortable.
What is it you guys know from living with him that most of the
Well, now they know I can't cook. That's one thing.
fans, I wanted to ask that question.
Yeah.
The fans don't know about your dad.
if he says one thing, he'll say it again 1 second after, which is not a bad thing. He just wants to remind you that,
I repeat a lot.
Hey, can you go get the food? Hey, get the food right now. Like, can you go get the food? And I don't think he remembers that he says it. Oh, yeah.
Mom, I repeat a lot, Mom. I repeat a lot.
I do that too, Toby, but I've only been doing it since I was 70. No, I do it now, but I never did, but I'm old. It's because I forget that I said it.
Maybe there's something in my brain that's fucking off-tweaked my whole life. I don't know. I repeat a lot, dude. A lot.
Why? Because you don't believe they heard you, or?
I don't know. I don't stop myself from saying the same thing twice.
You don't,
it's really
you
strange,
don't listen to yourself saying it.
Maybe
I wonder
don't.
if he does it when he's by himself, because he does talk to himself in the house. Like if he doesn't know I'm here, he'll be like in the other room talking to
Stay on the
himself.
mic. Stay on the mic. Back me up, Mom.
I do
I'm
too.
wondering
I do too.
if I'll be
But
like,
I
who
live
are you
alone.
talking
I
to?
blame it on living alone.
And you talk to yourself
Yeah.
when you live by yourself. That's weird.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you do that because you're equally as crazy.
No, before the lockdown, I am home alone during the day. You're at work. He's at school. So I am home talking to myself a lot, which is true. But
because I just want, I know I'm talking to myself. I just want to hear a voice. You know what I mean? I just want to hear somebody.
Something.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you today?
I don't know why I do it, but I bet if there's a brain surgeon listening and or any fall,
It would be a neurologist.
What happens? Not that deep.
No.
How do you know? It could be something off in my brain that doesn't.
No, you just say things all the time.
All right, I say them out loud. I speak out loud. I don't
You've
know.
also said you had ADD forever, and I think you should go to the doctors to get it tested. But you like to say you have it, so that's your excuse for not cooking.
No, that's not why OCD or ADD. No, that's not. There's no excuse for cooking. I just suck at cooking. And every time I make something, I fuck it up. So I have no confidence in myself to make food.
Lack of
and
confidence.
That's just facts.
Right.
And when I make something, I try to make something good with my heart. You guys laugh at like the pasta or something. I feel like I have no support as far as when I try to step up and do it, even if it was like 5 times in 25 years. I said it.
Hey, this isn't Dr. Phil. We're just saying that.
I know.
It's some people have their specialties and cooking is not yours.
Right. That's all. He has other talents. Right.
Thank you. I mean, you have anything else you want to
Doing
say?
laundry is a talent.
I crush laundry.
I should have thought that because you do laundry all the time.
Yeah, Moon's. Go ahead.
I tried doing laundry once and I did it completely fine, but it wasn't him doing it, so he redid all of it.
Right.
Yeah, don't slam the mic, fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done laundry
You've
the whole time.
always done laundry.
Yeah, my wife did laundry like one time, and there was like soap suds like I Love Lucy all over the house, just over flooding.
So touche.
Yeah, and then she'll go buy like
touche.
some. Yeah, she'll go buy like Rinso from the 99-cent store, and it fucking makes your clothes actually dirty when you wash them. And it smells like shit, and it hardens them up
so
like
mad.
cardboard. I
What
fucking
the
hate
hell
that.
is this?
I have my pride doing my laundry. I love doing
yeah.
it. I'm proud of how I do it and fold it and clean it and make it smell nice.
So
My
touche.
shit. Yeah, and you know what I mean. I do dishes pretty damn well. My wife's I don't know, whatever, man. I do shit, you know. Look at the garage. I learned a lot this summer doing the garage on the Cobra Rusty, doing some more shit. Like I never pushed myself to do anything like that. Handyman shit in the garage. That's one thing I learned from this lockdown. That I could actually do some shit like that.
Right, that you could do stuff like that. Right.
A lot of people did learn how to cook in this lockdown. A lot of my friends make banana bread.
Well, it depends on what you like to do. Right.
Yeah.
It's finding out what gives you satisfaction.
Yeah. Moon,
Yeah.
how come you never?
Moon, what have you been doing in COVID?
Grab the mic, girl. 'Cause Joe Ray's the best speaker on the mic. Go ahead.
What have you been doing since
Going
COVID?
to school for real estate.
Oh, you have.
Talking the mic tight, girl. Get quiet.
Awesome.
I am.
Awesome.
And COVID cleaning everything
well,
out.
yes. We've all been doing that.
On eBay. Getting rid of stuff.
Yeah, get everything ready. Get your line pumpy, babe. It's not bumpy.
But I know what I have to say about what people don't know about you is what they think about you, that you PMA guy, and you actually are. Because most people we know that have and or say that off the microphone or away from the camera are not very positive.
Thanks, baby.
And you're actually positive.
Thank you, Mama.
That's a lot to say right
Appreciate that, babe. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mama. Thanks for dealing with me for 25 years. This year, we're in 2021. This episode is January 18th.
So
right
last year he was saying he had this big surprise for me for our 25th anniversary, and he was really excited. And my mom said, I have to tell you something. It's actually 24.
now. I had the wrong dates. Yeah, I was backed up. I mean, fucking 2020, bro.
Whoops.
So now it's going to be 25 this year. We're right now in 2021.
That's a big one.
Happy
That's a
New
big
Year,
one.
guys. It's January 18th right now. This
Yeah,
is the 100th episode. We're in 2021 right now.
We're in the future.
No, right now we are in there.
Yeah.
This comes out in the future. This comes out January 18th. So it's New Year right now. I'm so excited about this New Year. Excited to play shows. Excited to get out there and live our lives and all that. 100
Me too.
episodes. Any questions, Moon?
No questions.
You have nothing you want to say?
No, I'll ask you later.
You'd be terrible in court, like if somebody had to ask you questions.
Terrible.
You'd be so bad on the stand.
Oh, you should tell him about your jury duty.
When I went there, I got picked to be on a murder case.
Really?
Yeah, the murderers were in the audience looking at me, and they had tattoos, and then...
And it happened down the street.
Yeah, and their lawyers were like...
minute.
The lawyers said that they could relate to me because I had tattoos, and I was like, oh, I didn't kill anybody, so I don't know if I can relate to a murderer. And I was so scared being in there, and I was just like, fuck, I gotta get out of here.
You were a juror?
Yeah, I got picked on the 12, and then once...
I've been a juror in LA.
Yeah, once they
too.
realized that like I wasn't a murderer, I had tattoos, but they were trying to... It was a weird thing. They were trying to relate to me, these people that murdered somebody.
He was
'cause I had
freaking out.
Yeah, I wasn't...
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to
So
be a part of
freaked
that
out.
shit.
Right,
murder and
right.
shit,
But
so.
if they pick you, you have to be on the jury.
I started acting weird and saying I felt uncomfortable and all this shit, and they let me go. It was a thing, but yeah, it was an interesting situation. I know the murderer's going to be in the audience looking at me and saying, like,
well,
like,
yeah,
oh shit, he's tatted up like me. Maybe he's
and maybe he thought you were a karma. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty great. What about you, Ma? How about your jury duty thing? How you get out of
Did you
that?
do it too?
Oh, she said everybody should be in jail and go to dungeons.
I
and
said
all kinds.
all drug dealers should be in jail and in dungeons. And they turned around and looked at me with big eyes. And I go, well, of course, with no food. And the and the judge goes, the next day, same thing, same situation. Anyone have a problem? I said, I do. He goes, you haven't changed your mind since yesterday, have you? And I was like, no. And he goes, get out. Thank you.
Mona, what is one thing you learned about yourself in this lockdown, the lockdown of 2020? Like something you learned about yourself, or maybe you have less patience or more patience?
I have way more patience than I did in the beginning, right?
Yeah, for sure.
In the beginning, I was like sleeping with a knife ready to stab you.
Yes.
And now I'm like, oh, it's all right.
And you could be a real estate agent. That's amazing. Going to school for that.
That's big, yeah. I was a real estate agent for a while in Maryland.
Yeah, I know. And this is the first time I've seen your hair almost natural color on this lockdown.
I can't decide. Do I just let it go?
I think it's nice to leave it natural color.
I've never seen that. My mom let hers go
I
gray.
haven't seen it in years.
I've never seen
I
it.
thought you were blonde when I met you. Oh, but probably
Yeah,
not
but that
really.
was
Well, that's
like
what
a
the
white
bleach
Yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah. You were really blonde.
But yeah, I've never seen your brown hair before. It's interesting. I like it. It's
Brown.
Cool. It's natural. And I finally see you have some gray hair. I never seen it before the whole time being married to you. She wanted gray hair forever and she didn't have
I
any.
know she has.
I know.
I mean,
You're
she
gonna
barely
get it
has any. You
naturally.
barely have any now either, babe. You don't have
I
any
wanted
now.
to do this thing where it was like follow. Like I saw some girl on Instagram and she was like every 2 weeks she'd take a photo and show her roots
growing
and
out.
it was growing
yeah,
out. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's the coolest thing
was
ever.
cool.
And
You
I
showed me
looked and
that.
I have like 5 gray hair. It wouldn't be a really good photo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not really.
Following, I'm like, I'll do it later.
Is there anybody you think I should get on that you would like me to interview on this podcast moving forward in 2021, Mama?
In 2020?
Yeah, 2021 right now. Anybody you think I should get on here that you would like me here, that you would, somebody that you grew up listening to or liking, or?
Yeah, Willem Dafoe and Ray Liotta.
That'd be fucking awesome. What about you, Mom? Who would you think
Ray
I should have on?
Liotta's always
Who would you like to
scared
hear me
me.
have on there besides Eminem? Can you make Eminem
besides
happen?
Eminem?
Yeah, Marshall Mathers. Can you get him on the podcast?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for him to call me. Call me, Eminem.
Is there anybody you think I should interview on here, Mom, that you would like me to hear on there? Or somebody that
I
you?
don't really know because I'm not in your genre. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't.
What
know.
genre would you be in, Mom?
General genre. I like all kinds of music.
Me too, though. Me too, Mom.
I mean,
me too.
I like everything.
I know, me
so
too, I know.
Country western probably be in my least
Dolly Parton
spot.
would be sick.
Yeah, that.
I just
would be
watched her
sick.
documentary. It's incredible.
Anybody to get her, that would be
Yeah.
sick. But I don't really know who you would like to. So I
I
don't
would like
know
to
what
get Chris
really-
Martin from Coldplay. That's like a dream to have him on here.
Yeah, he would.
Talking
be
to Mike,
good.
Mom.
Oh yeah, he would be good, I guess.
Yeah. So Willem Dafoe, Ray Liotta, Chris
Ray
Martin,
Liotta always scared
Patricia
me.
Arquette.
Patricia Arquette. Fuck yeah.
I was just watching that show she had on.
Which one?
Medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Max, anybody like me to hear it on this podcast this year, 2021? I'll say it, you don't have to.
Johnny Depp and Will Ferrell.
Johnny Depp and Will. Yeah, good luck with that, man.
Yeah, right.
That'd be sick.
Together.
Well, I want to give a special shout out to all the listeners who listened to 100th episodes and been following this since I launched this in 2019. January 28th, 2019, I dropped my first episode with my mom. I appreciate all the support. I never expected to do 100 episodes. Even keep doing this, but it's become so fun, so therapeutic. I learned so many things about my friends that I didn't know before, that I thought I knew them really, really well. And once you have them on the podcast, you learn so much more about people. So I love that, getting to know people that I admire and who inspire me, I look up to, and just meeting new people as well. And I appreciate everybody's support of this podcast. I really, really do. And I appreciate my mom for having me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here to have this podcast. And my wife for not killing me, because then I wouldn't be here to have this podcast. So thank both of you women. Love you
You're
both
welcome.
dearly. Appreciate you being on the podcast. And Mom, do you have any more questions? Anything,
I
Mom?
really can't think of any, Toby.
I think we covered a lot of stuff.
I think I've talked it out.
Max, do you have any questions or
For
anything?
now.
Any last words you want to
But
say?
if you want to do a full episode on Toby the Kid,
on Toby the Kid?
You did that.
Toby the Kid, what? Tell me.
I said if you want to do a whole episode on your childhood, that'd be fun.
Can you just give one story? End it with one story,
The
Mom.
egg
Come on.
story is my one go-to.
But did we tell that on the first
Yes.
season? On the first
Let
episode?
me think of another one. Yeah, that's a famous story, the egg story.
Yeah, I'm the Eggman.
And Nancy Sullivan was there that day. That's why I would call her up. She was there when you did that.
Nancy Sullivan. Nancy Bag. Uncle Dick.
Yeah,
Dick
I'm trying
Bag.
to
Dick Bag, I know.
Dick Bag was my Uncle Dick Bag.
trying to think of some other stories now. I really can't being put on the spot.
I know. I think we told a lot in the first episode. People,
We
if you
did.
haven't listened to the first episode, go back. Me and my mom got really deep on the first one. Went into everything about my whole life, her life, our childhood, all that. There's a lot of good stories on there.
But you were I will tell you this, that you made Grandma laugh till she'd cry. You made her laugh so much.
Yeah.
You were so, oh, I know. Life's a bummer in the bathtub. To your grandmother when she was babysitting. You were like 4, and you know that poster, Life's a Bummer? Well, he'd wait till she came in the bathroom, he'd put his bum up in the air, and he'd go, Grandma, life's a bummer.
And I stick my ass out of the bathtub.
Yeah. You were like 3, 4, 5. She'd be in tears.
Yeah.
She'd be falling down.
I also got a whoopee cushion from Bradley's, and I would always...
Oh, and I thought of that.
Was that her
story.
cat?
Yes. I thought of that. Grandpa driving, you got a whoopee cushion. Every Saturday they took him groceries with him and bought him a little something because he was spoiled. And when he was a little kid, like 3 to 5, that age, and he sat in the back seat and he had this whoopee cushion, and every once in a while he'd make it fart. And my father couldn't even drive; he was laughing so hard because the
backseat sitting on the whoopee cushion going crazy.
Yeah, and my father. I never saw him laugh so hard because he'd wait till he wasn't expecting it and he'd just let it go.
What kind? Did you have a Cadillac? He had like this car.
I forget. It was a big car.
It smelled. I would just like sink into those seats in the back and have that smell.
Big leather seats.
And I can reach up and there was no like.
Yeah.
It was just.
But yeah, he kept Grandma and Grandpa very entertained. I
remember we drive through like Reed and Barton's, whatever that place was, or we drive through.
But they took you every Saturday.
I get a car from Bradley's.
He'd get you a Matchbox car every Saturday.
And I'd be ripping farts in the back, and it was fucking.
With the fart thing.
Ripping farts.
I love that, man.
Yep.
Well, fuck. I think we covered a lot in this 100th episode. We got a lot of questions. Thanks for everybody's questions. If we didn't get to your question, I'm sorry, but there were a lot of questions. It was like over 200 questions, but we went down to the ones we can get to. But I appreciate everybody's support and sending shit in, and hope this was a fun 100th episode for you.
Keep it going, Toby.
I'm going to keep it going. And, Mom, thank you. I'm glad you're here. We're all here together. Everybody's safe.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year. Happy 2021. It's going to be a great year.
Yeah.
And we got a new future and new beginnings, you know?
We've got to keep that PMA going.
All day, Mom. Thanks for being here. Love everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet to this podcast, please do that. And whatever platform you are listening to this on, I'm glad you found me. You can rate me and review me on there also. So thank you guys sincerely for the support. I cannot wait for you guys to hear the next one.